What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Good day, everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Talk Football.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Hanssen Media, and today we have a brand new show for you, where that goes by the name of Let's Talk Football, where we sit down and discuss the mental health aspect of sports and football in general. And today I'm joined with my people here, Mr. Anesu and Nahum, and we're all gonna just have a conversation about mental health. Not all of them are football players, but we're all football lovers. He's a Chelsea supporter.
Definitely.
So is he. I'm the only Liverpool fan here. But I believe at some point we have played football, gentlemen.
Definitely.
Right? So we're just gonna have a discussion about mental health in terms of football. But first, before going into that, I just wanna ask you what your thoughts on mental health in general is.
I think you should go first.
I think it doesn't matter which field you are in, but as long as you're talking about being effective in life, you have to have a good mental health.
Yeah.
Because either ways it contributes to how you do things, it contributes to your performance. If your mental health is not at par, if it's not as good, it's going to affect how you're going to be doing things. Your attitude with people. Soccer is all about teamwork and of course the performance and all that kind of stuff. And if your mentality and your mental well-being is not up there, then it's really going to affect you. It's going to be showing off in how you're going to be playing with your football, how you're going to be interacting with other players in the field. So I think it's really critical to the performance of somebody.
Alright.
That's what I can say.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. Just adding on to that, it's how I guess like you view things, especially like when it comes to the behind the scenes when you're training, like those disciplines. So like you need to have like a certain mental toughness because like
exactly.
It's not something going to be handed to you because regardless, like I mean, there is the saying, people are just talented, but still like even talented people, it's like you need to like have like that gritty mentality. Oh, I gotta get this, I gotta earn this.
Yeah.
So it's like it's pretty much needs a strong will to not just be a footballer, but to like maintain your form. Because you get people like when hitting like mental health lows and performance like it goes way down. You start looking into like negative comments. And so it's like it's a pretty much the like unseeable or like it's an invisible attribute to footballers as well.
And there's according to the stats, they actually say that 69% of football is mental. And this involves things like how you handle comments, because you're not always gonna have a coach that's gonna be supportive of you.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna have teammates that are gonna be supportive of you. The crowd that you're gonna be playing for, they're gonna be saying negative things of you. For example, Ronaldo he usually time to time he gets booed by his own fans, right? There is also the aspect of consistently training and working hard, even if when things aren't going your way, because it gets to a point where you of course I'm pursuing this career, but like it gets to a point where you train very hard, you work very hard week in, week out, every single day. But you see someone that possibly doesn't put in as much effort as you, perform much better on you on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, so there's this saying, that it says, not saying, the stats, they say that 69% of football is mental health. So I just wanted to ask you, during the times that you guys were playing your football, how much of your mental health was involved? You know, how much do you think your mental health like affected you when you're, even if it was just fun, you know, what part of your mental health do you think was challenged or triggered or whatever?
To be very frank with you, by then I was also a bit young. This was like at least give or take 5 years ago. Also, maybe I'm being too much, but at least what I know is that it's more than 3 years. And of course, during those days, you don't really understand the importance of having a good mental condition when you play, when you're on and off the field. But I can tell you that there were times when I was having problems in my own personal life, and that showed up in how I played. That's for sure. The days when I was quite low, on my personal life, that had nothing to do with sporting. It reflected now I was playing on those days. So either ways, these are two things that are most like inseparable. How you're going to do off field is what you're going to do exactly in the field. So you have to make sure that it's maintained out there. So I can't really answer your question effectively because by then I was still young. It was just the fact of playing. It wasn't really much about your performance. And of course, it was about winning. Sometimes that's football.
Yeah.
Or any other sport, because I used to play also rugby and cricket and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, rugby.
But I think you also have to be somebody who is able to handle the emotions that come with the game.
Yeah.
The games aren't going to flow the way you want them to be. There's sometimes when you're going to lose, even if you put as much effort. But the question is, are you able to handle that despite the fact that you've lost? Are you able to control your emotions? Sometimes the player might perform so badly. Maybe they're being selfish when they could have done something that could have created an opportunity for you guys to win. But they act selfishly, right? But you've got to be able to handle those situations so that it does not affect how you view other players. It does not affect how you interact as a team. Because, I mean, sports is all about teamwork. You can't play individualism when it comes to sports like soccer and all those kind of things. You can't. I mean, maybe individualism can come into sports like tennis that really require just one man.
Only you.
It's only you. If you screw up, you've screwed yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But when it comes to sports like soccer and rugby and all those, your performance affects everybody else. Your mentality, your conduct affects every other team member that is in your side. So yeah, basically I think that's what I can just say. I don't know what you think.
I mean, I wanted to go pro action at some point, and I was like really into because I think it was like usually early years of primary school and also it's like junior, like known as a junior, because like now you don't, let's say, like play for fun because like you have somewhere to get to. So it's like I would say like I couldn't like I also said, like early days you don't know what like mental health is, but it's like now, just like in hindsight, it's like for me it was like more so like less fun, but I have to beat everybody, so it's like it's such a balance.
Like, you need to be the standout player.
Exactly, I need to be so it's like that. I need to shine, and that eventually is like rubs off to your teammates. And like you can't control your emotions, and when you lose the game, I remember I got into a fight. We lost the game, and this guy picked on me because I'm the shortest in the squad, and we had a fight. We had a big fight because of just losing a single game. Like not because of what he said. So it's like that, like somehow not controlling your emotions, sort of like a weak aspect.
Yeah.
It usually rips off not only on football but like off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Which is totally unpleasant, and it's like to get even outside of that mentality of this is. Of course, not just fun, but it's not all serious as well.
Yeah.
You just like when you lose as one. When you win, you win as one.
Exactly.
So, but it's like that individual mentality, man. I could relate to that.
And I think teams that have that kind of mentality, when all the players in the team they have that kind of mentality that if you're to lose, we lose together. If you're to win, we win together. They perform very well because they've set that culture that allows them, to see the best out of each other, to bring the best out of each other. They understand that okay, well somebody has messed up. Well, what can we do to at least uplift this process? Yeah. But if you're a player who wants to stand out every time, then that is going to affect you because if somebody performs better than you when you really wanted to shine, and somebody within your own team shines better than you for that match, chances are you're going to develop that kind of a negative attitude towards that person. Exactly. Exactly. You're going to wish them, not so good, right? Because you want the spotlight to be on you, right? Yeah. But if you have a kind of a mentality that says, "Hey, this is not all about me, but it's about us as a team. It's about maybe us as a club and all that kind of stuff." Yes, of course, all of us are here to. Maybe it could be earning a living. Yes, it could be playing on their passion. But yes, but they realize that what. Alone, I cannot win the game, but together we can win the game. Because I mean, you can't play the whole game alone. You can't, right? They say teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think that kind of an attitude really,
But then you do find, because I'm saying this because I can generally relate.
You would understand better.
Exactly. We're just scrubs, bro.
No, but when, for example, you say you want to become a professional player and you're striving and working towards becoming a professional player. And especially if you're coming from the lows of where we're coming from, right? You don't have the benefits of academies where you are surrounded by people that are having the same mindset, having the same goal as you have, right? Yeah. You end up playing basically around people that. So when you play, you are mixed with people that there are people that just play for fun. There are people that are. I'll see how it's gonna go, and you have people that are, I want this, I want to do this. So when I'm playing so that I can stand out, so that even when I say that I want to become a professional footballer, you can tell by my performance.
Yeah.
How do you think these people handle these types of things? Like, as you said, that teamwork makes the dream work, right? But to this type of people now, these people that are in an environment where they're surrounded by everyone, and you find the other people that are not even trying to pursue that dream outshine them. You know, it puts you in a very difficult position.
It's
It does, it
your
does.
shoulder, yeah.
But I think it's something that, you know, you cannot give everybody the same target, right? Not everybody in the same team that come to a team. Of course, they want to win, but all of them have different agendas.
Yeah.
They want to win, they want to make it, they want to be celebrated. All of them, right? Everybody wants that.
Yeah.
But maybe all of them are doing it for different reasons. Some of the people, maybe they're doing it for money. Some people don't really care about the money. They're just doing it for the passion of it. They just do it for the heart, for the love of the game, right? So obviously, people are going to be at different targets. But I think what gives people that common goal and target is the vision. The vision that they have for the team.
Yeah.
Right? That all of them, yes, of course, they've got the ultimate common goal. But individually, yes, of course, they have their own different agendas, but they've got an ultimate, and I think that keeps them going in the same direction. But when it comes to having different people, having different goals, personally, all that kind of stuff, if there was not that ultimate vision and target, I think all of them were pulling in different direction. Because one will be going there. So I think what guides people within the same confinement and towards the same direction is the vision of the club or the vision of the team that they have in mind that they're working towards. So that kind of gives them, you know, that kind of focus. But individually, if that was not the, I believe that many teams will not perform so well because many people are pulling in different directions.
Different directions. Yeah.
This person is doing it for this person is doing it for the love. This person is solely depending on making it in football. Yet somebody else, they don't really care about that.
Sabai.
Exactly. They just want to do it for the love of the game. So
Yeah.
that's what I can say. But I think it's just about the vision. I think that gives them the same direction. And on the other side of performing, I think that shouldn't really be any of your business. It could be a blunt answer that maybe people are not expecting.
Yeah.
But how will somebody performs better than you or lesser than you? I think that's none of your business.
Yeah.
What should be your business is, am I performing better than I performed last time? You should
Exactly.
challenge yourself because here's the thing. If I'm to get in the same match with you, right? Maybe your opponents or something like that, and I compare how well I play based on your performance, then I could be limiting myself.
Exactly.
Right.
It's standards.
It's like in school, right? That if we're all in the classroom, right, and then all of us maybe are competing to get a higher mark, and then you get 55%, right? And you did so well, and you're the highest. And maybe I got 50%. I'm like, yeah, I performed better than, and you might be happy because hey, I performed better than everybody else. I'm the best, but look at the monkey got 50. That's like a D in some standard, right?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't perform. You shouldn't measure your performance based on somebody else's performance. Rather measure your performance as compared to what you knew you could have done.
Yeah.
And what you did last time. And should you perform better last time as compared to the next time you're going to play, I think that is also a problem to many people because their best playing or their best performance can actually be a limitation to them performing even better.
Yeah.
So the aim at the end of the day is to perform way better than you did last time. Is to compete against yourself. If you're running a 100-meter lap, I took 9 seconds. Let me try to beat that record. Let me try to get to at least 8.9, 8.8. Then you're stretching yourself because you're competing against yourself, you're competing against your last success, and you're competing against what you know you could have done. So,
And that's also something that I think it challenges players that are trying to pursue a professional career in football, because it's like again, as I was saying, we have this pressure that is pretty much we put it on ourselves. Just because we see someone playing at a certain level, you don't know what that person has gone through. You don't know what that person has, how much effort that person has put in. You don't know, and as much as it's not really common, not really common. It's something that is not really, I don't know how to say it, but it's not something that's put up there.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, talent does affect, you know?
It caves in.
It does cave in. You find people that have been born in a family that plays football.
Yeah.
You know?
easily get it from
You
parents.
exactly.
also
It's
have
just
natural talent.
it's just there. It's just natural. It's just there.
Yeah.
but talent alone won't do it though.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
at the same time, that's what I'm trying to say is, as footballers, as young players that are trying to pursue a professional career, we cannot be comparing ourselves with other players.
Exactly.
Because we do not know what that other person has that we might not. The most important thing is for us to keep focusing on ourselves. As footballers. We keep, because I look at myself, I used to compare myself with a lot of my old teammates. There are points where currently I still sometimes compare myself with my current teammates, because despite the fact that you need to look at yourself and it's a team sport, by the end of the day, as footballers that are fighting for a contract, you only have, let's say, 5 contracts, and you have hundreds of players. So there's that pressure that you do have to stand up.
I think it also differs from the point and perspective in which you look at things, because sometimes competition is necessary.
I mean, it's a
dog. As long as you handle this in a healthy way.
Exactly. I think you should make it personal.
Yeah, you don't.
Competition sometimes is very necessary because it stretches you, but I think it just depends on how you take it. There's something that's called healthy competition. I don't know if there's something like that.
I mean, it's either like me or the next man. Like usually it comes to ultimatum. I want to make it. It's like, for example, if me and him are fighting for a spot, I mean, we're cool and all that, but it's like, it's gonna come on a spot. It's either me or him, because like, I want to eat too, you know, so like, still, it's like, when you want to eat, like, if you're gonna make it a basic necessity, like, I mean, it's not it's not healthy, but you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna take myself over him. I mean, it's like, you can find other ways to eat.